guys, so today I'm going to be doing my July wrap-up and my August TBR. So for the month of July, I read 7 books, and I think I did pretty well on getting to almost all of the books I had on my TBR for July. There was one book on my July TBR that I did not read all the way through, and that was An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I kind of, I'm shelving that one for now. I might come back to it later. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm going to get on to the books I actually did read this month. So the first book that I read was The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye, and I'm actually currently reading The Crown's Fate by Evelyn Skye, and I'm loving it. I absolutely love this book so much. It's basically a fantasy, historical fiction sort of book. It's awesome. It's about these 2 enchanters in Russia kind of going at it for the crown, and it's awesome and amazing, and I love it so much, and the characters are amazing and I love them, and yes, I just love this duology so much. The second book that I read in July was A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, and I didn't really enjoy this book so much, or as much as I thought I would. This one is kind of a Beauty and the Beast retelling with fairies and the normal Sarah J. Maas kind of things, and I just wasn't super into it. I didn't really like the main character, and I didn't really like any of the other characters all that much. And yeah, I mean, there's not really much I have to say about this book. I just didn't really enjoy it. All of my reviews for the books that I've read this month are down below in my Goodreads and on my blog, so you can go check those out there and see kind of more of my thoughts. But yeah, this one was kind of a meh read. This month I also read 2 ebooks, and that was Knit Girl 1-2, and I also read Prom Queen Perfect, which are both super awesome, and you can read more about those on my blog. It's linked down below. I have reviews. They're really good books. I totally recommend those. The next book that I read was Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes, and I was kind of on the fence about this one as well. I liked it enough. It was kind of like Game of Thrones-esque, but very like a light teenage version of it. And I did really enjoy it, and I think I want to read the next book. It just wasn't like a super standout book to me. It's not really a standout fantasy to me either. It was just kind of like, it was enjoyable. I didn't really have like too many things against it, but I wasn't like super into it either. So it's kind of up in the air with this one, but I'm definitely going to read the next book. The next book that I read that I absolutely freaking loved was Tosh Tolstoy by Catherine Ormsby, and I loved this book so much. It's one of my favorite contemporaries that I've read this year. It was incredible. The writing was amazing, the characters were amazing, the romance was amazing, everything was just perfect about this book. Basically, this is about Tosh, and she has a web series that is based on Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, and it is awesome, and she is kind of like getting these huge amounts of subscribers overnight, and it's just huge success, and she is nominated for a web award, and it's awesome. I absolutely love this book. I totally recommend it, and you should totally 100% read it if you have not read it. And the last book that I read this month was Queens of Geek by Jen Wild, and I loved this contemporary as well. Like, this year has been such a good year for contemporaries and me. Like, I've just read so many good ones. I've loved all the contemporaries that I've read, and this one is no exception. I love this so much. It has one of the best representations of anxiety that I've ever seen in any book that I've ever read. Like, it was so spot on. It was like she went in my mind and like just like put down exactly what goes on when I'm like just like all the time. And I absolutely loved it. It was so good, and just this is gonna be one that I'm going to reread like so many times. I'm already certain of it. Okay, so now on to my August TBR. So like I said, I'm already reading The Crown's Fate by Evelyn Skye, so I think I'm going to be done with that one sometime today. So that's kind of like off to the side for now. But the next book that I'm going to be reading for August is Midnight Jewel by Rochelle Mead. I'm so excited for this book. I loved The Glittering Court so much. I read it earlier this year, and I'm so excited to finally get to the sequel. Like, I absolutely love the cover. I almost love it more than I loved the first cover. But yeah, I'm super excited. I can't say much about this one, but it does follow a different character from the first novel. And so it's not the main character, it's not like a continuation. It goes on to a different character. And I'm so excited to follow this character And yeah, I'm just super excited to get into this book. The next book I'm hoping to read this month is Ice Like Fire by Sarah Rash, and I am so excited to read this book. I read the first book, Snow Like Ashes, I think like last year or the year before that. I can't remember. I think it might have been last year. I don't remember. But I'm finally getting to the sequel. I finally got it, and I'm so excited. And yeah, like, I can't really tell you too much about this book either, but it's gonna be fun. I know I'm gonna like it, so I'm super excited to read it. The next book I'm hoping to get to this month is New World Rising by Jennifer Wilson, and this one came in my Owl Crate from June, I think, right? Yeah, my June Owl Crate, and this is published by F. Tomes, and I am super excited to get to this one. I haven't read a dystopian in quite a while, so I'm kind of excited to jump into dystopian once again, because I used to love it. Like, dystopian used to be one of my favorite genres like ever. Like, I was just like a huge dystopian fan, so I'm super excited to get into this one. And my very last book on my TBR for this month is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee, and I also got this in an Owl Crate, and that was July's Owl Crate book of the month, and I am so excited to get to finally read this book. I've heard some really great things about it. I have heard some mixed reviews as well. However, I am really excited to get into this. I don't really know too much about it, so I'm kind of going into it blind, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going to love it because I love historical fiction, and this is also LGBTQ+, and I'm really excited for that. So I think I'm going to like this book, and I'm so ready to get into it. Okay, so that was my July wrap-up and my August TBR, and if you enjoyed this video, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you have any books on your August TBR, then let me know, and if you read some good books in July, then let me know, all down in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!